When Melody Sherry finally walked away from Love and Marriage, Huntsville, she didn't just leave a TV show. She walked away from a storm that had been brewing for years. To viewers, it looked like just another cast member stepping down. But to Melody, it was much bigger than that. It was her reclaiming her peace, her dignity, and her freedom. For almost a decade, fans watched Melody's journey play out on screen. They saw her build businesses, fight for her marriage, survive betrayal, and face the messiness that reality TV feeds on. Every season seemed to chip away at her, piece by piece. By the later years, you could see it in her face. The bright sparkle that used to light up the screen was still there, but it wasn't the same. It had dimmed. Something inside her had shifted. She wasn't just fighting to be seen anymore, she was fighting to break free. And now, she finally has. In her exclusive interview with Ebony magazine, Melody didn't just confirm her departure. She made it clear that she has no plans to look back. When asked why, she gave one of the most honest answers anyone could give. She said, "Why would you go back to where the lions are?" That line hit hard. It wasn't said to be shady, and it wasn't about being bitter. It was simply the truth. For years, Melody had been surviving in a den full of egos, conflicts, and endless drama. But survival was no longer enough for her. She wanted more than just to get through each season. She wanted to thrive. She wanted peace. And she wanted her story told without it being chopped up and edited for ratings. The article painted a picture of a woman who is finally in control of her own narrative. She's no longer just another name on a cast list. She's the director of her own story. She's no longer being edited for drama or forced into reunion couches where gaslighting and chaos are used to entertain viewers. She's done pretending the show was serving her when, in reality, it was taking far more than it gave. The crazy part? She didn't even trash the show or the people on it. She didn't need to. Her silence had already spoken louder than words. And when she did decide to speak, it wasn't to defend herself. It was to define herself. That's a powerful difference. Melody didn't walk away in defeat. She walked away in power. While people were debating whether the show could survive without her, she was busy building something far more important, something that didn't rely on a network or a paycheck. Melody isn't just dabbling in businesses the way some reality stars do. She's creating empires. She's running her 7th Avenue beauty brand, building her own network, and creating viral content across platforms like TikTok and Instagram. She's not chasing clout anymore. She's not fighting for relevance. She's creating something far bigger, a legacy. That's the difference between someone trying to prove a point and someone who has already become the point. But we can't overlook the emotional cost of getting here. In her Ebony interview, Melody admitted she doesn't even watch Love and Marriage, Huntsville anymore because it's too triggering. Let that sink in. The very show she helped create, the platform that made her a household name, is now something she avoids for her mental health. That tells you everything. Healing for Melody meant cutting ties completely. No cameos. No surprise returns. No fake smiles for nostalgia. Just closure. And if anyone thinks she left bitter, they're wrong. Melody's not bitter. She's real. She's reflective. She said it plainly, "To protect my emotional health, I don't allow myself to engage in trauma I'm still healing from." That's not weakness. That's maturity. That's growth. Because the truth is, reality TV doesn't leave anyone untouched. It can make stars, but it also leaves scars. And Melody has chosen to tend to hers, not in silence but in strength. Not everyone was thrilled with her decision. The network, especially Carlos King, wasn't exactly celebrating her exit. Melody's departure wasn't marked by a tribute, a farewell, or even a proper thank you. She was simply gone. No acknowledgement of the foundation she helped lay. No recognition of the years of work she poured into building the show's identity. That silence said a lot. It revealed more about the culture behind the scenes than Melody ever could. But here's the thing, she doesn't need their validation anymore. She's already writing her own highlight reel. And this? This is just the beginning. Melody's glow-up wasn't overnight. It was forged in the fires of betrayal, heartbreak, and struggle. She survived single motherhood, late-night business meetings, and very public pain that millions of people tuned in to watch. While others turned her personal heartbreak into entertainment, she was quietly building something solid. She was never just a cast member. She was always a force. And now, with reality TV behind her, she's finally free to show the world what she's truly capable of. She's not hiding behind anyone else's lens anymore. She's holding the camera. She's directing the shot. Whether it's her booming beauty line, her fast-growing social media empire, or her new television network, Melody is creating things that outlive headlines. She's building something her children can inherit. Don't think this was luck. Melody has been an entrepreneur since she was 25. That's over 15 years of strategy, discipline, and hard work. She didn't have big corporations backing her. She didn't have a fairy godmother. She had grit, vision, and faith. In her interview, she explained that she's been sustaining herself and building from the ground up for years. And you can see it in everything she does. Every product, every brand, every business move feels intentional. She's not chasing trends. She's setting them. And it shows. What really stands out now is her peace. There's a calm around Melody that can't be faked. This isn't the kind of calm that comes from a quick vacation or a spa day. This is the calm that comes from alignment. From finally waking up every day knowing you're not shrinking yourself to fit into places you've outgrown. Even the way she parents reflects that peace. When Ebony caught up with her, she was fully in mom mode, balancing meetings, school pickups, and running businesses in between. And she wasn't stressed. She was grounded. She was focused. Her kids, more than anything, are a big part of why she walked away. They didn't need to see their mother stuck in survival mode. They needed to see her thrive. And now, that's exactly what they're witnessing. Of course, not everyone clapped when Melody left. There were whispers that she owed it to the fans to stay. Some critics said she quit, that she should have stuck it out. But Melody wasn't fazed. Because when you've already survived the lion's den, the growls from the sidelines sound like whispers. She didn't leave because she was weak. She left because she outgrew the chaos. And let's be real, the show hasn't been the same without her. Her absence is loud. The energy, the pacing, the connection, it's different. Melody was the anchor. She brought the heart. She brought the balance. And when she left, the entire foundation shifted. What Melody did is rare in reality TV. Most people hold on until the very end, until the checks stop or the cameras turn off. But she walked out while she was still on top. She turned down more money, more fame, and more chaos, and instead said yes to herself. That's power. That's growth. She doesn't need a reunion special or a farewell montage to validate her impact. She doesn't need producers to shape her story anymore. She has her own mic now, and she's using it to speak life, not drama, into the future she's creating. Melody's evolution isn't just her glow up. It's a blueprint. For every woman who feels stuck in a place that no longer serves her. For every mother trying to rebuild after betrayal. For every creator who's tired of renting out their story to someone else's platform. This is what freedom looks like. And freedom, as Melody shows us, is not always pretty. It's not always glamorous. But it's real. Her journey wasn't just about leaving. It was about arriving. Arriving at a place where she no longer has to explain her worth, defend her decisions, or entertain chaos just to feel relevant. She chose peace. She chose purpose. She chose power. Now, she's not just winning, she's building. Her businesses, her platforms, her content all reflect who she is at her core. They connect back to her Alabama roots, the same soil that taught her resilience. She's pouring back into her community, creating opportunities and uplifting stories instead of tearing others down. That's not just influence. That's impact. Her legacy isn't just about today's wins. It's about tomorrow. It's about her kids being able to say, "My mom built this." She didn't inherit it. She created it. That's power you can't fake. And she's doing it while staying soft, kind, and grounded. The industry didn't harden her. The drama didn't steal her spirit. She's thriving without bitterness, winning without revenge, and glowing without needing approval. What's next? So, what's next for Melody Sherry? Honestly, whatever she wants. Books, movies, brands, networks. She's not chasing a comeback. She doesn't need one. She's not trying to prove herself. She already has. That chapter is closed. The crown hasn't just shifted, it's been claimed. And this time, Melody isn't just wearing it. She's owning the throne.